Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital makes graphic cards to communicate with the elderly to ease their mind during vaccination. Tzu volunteers in Sri Lanka continue to host monthly house-to-house distribution to help the families in need. 歡迎收睇大 Headlines， 我係 Ruby 我哋一齊嚟睇下今日嘅內容。Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital has taken on the task of vaccination in the community. When encountering hearing-impaired, disabled and elderly people, the healthcare workers will give detailed explanation to calm their emotions. A doctor even made a graphic card to facilitate easier communication with the elderly.
This picture card made by Dr. Wang himself is very useful at the vaccine injection station.
With this visual aid, we can clarify the question we want to ask the people.
Before the vaccination, do you have a fever and headache? All these questions, because of the face shield and mask, the voice transmission may not be clear. Through the pictures, even the elders with poor hearing can clearly understand them.
This time the vaccine is very special. It can affect those with osteoporosis and rheumatic immune diseases, so I specifically look for pictures related to osteoporosis.
In addition, it is best not to take certain drugs at the same time to avoid adverse reactions. The doctor writes the instruction and medicine names in both Chinese and English on the board, and the public can reduce the risk of vaccination after understanding.
Saying that everyone is working hard, I have to do my little effort.
Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital serves vaccinated community members, many of whom are physically and mentally challenged. The medical staff will arrange suitable lines and slow down the speed of the explanation.
We all communicated with them carefully first. For example, we have a hearing-impaired case that requires a written conversation.
This elder could not hear or see. He was particularly anxious and helpless in the unfamiliar environment. The medical staff cared for him so that he was vaccinated smoothly and go home with peace of mind.
板桥慈济 volunteer 订月娥 heads up to provide vegetarian lunches to police stations as she understands the hard work of police officers during the pandemic. Each day, she gets up early to make herbal tea to deliver along with the lunches, ensuring the police to get a good healthy meal. Then in the afternoon, she set out to look after her care recipients to show her love despite these social distancing times.
A bag of rice and 2 cartons of food supplies are needed to head to this third-floor apartment. This Da'a reporter lends a hand because it's difficult for Tzu Chi volunteer Ding Yue to do alone. It's been nearly 2 months since Ding has seen her Banqiao care recipient due to the pandemic.
People are afraid. I'm afraid of them too, so I don't dare to leave the house. I was glad that the Tzu Chi sister called to ask if I am out of food. She said she would deliver some supplies for me today.
I feel so much better coming to visit her with a bag of rice. It's been hard not knowing how she has been for so long.
Under the scorching sun, Ding has been kissed by the sun, and right now she's looking a bit fatigued as she's been running around all day. At 8 in the morning, Ding hurried to a vegetarian restaurant in Banqiao to make qingsi herbal tea, then helped with other volunteers to ensure the making of 1,400 lunchboxes. The workers split up into 5 teams to put together the Japanese vegetarian cuisine. This high-end vegetarian restaurant has been closed since the COVID level changed to 3. Employees have taken turns coming into work, and now that business is picking up, all hands are on deck.
Before getting the lunchbox orders, we would make takeaway meals, and our staff would rotate their shifts as there wasn't much work at times, but we are getting through this difficult time together.
The order came from Ding. As a family member of the police force, she knows full well how hard the job is. And Tzu Chi has been supplying the police with vegetarian lunchboxes since Police Day, from Monday through Friday. This campaign has even expanded to New Taipei City's Sansha.
I would let the restaurants understand that we must make these meals as if cooking for our parents or children. It must make our parents smile with happiness and our children grasp with excitement that they can't wait to eat the meal. This way, when our police or firefighters eat the meals, they will look forward to it the next time, and perhaps maybe even adopt a vegetarian lifestyle.
The tab for these lunch boxes each day is over $2,000, to which Ding has asked the honorary board members of the second Taipei group to help fund.
When I post the message in our chat group, I receive confirmation of donations in a flash. It seems like the hands of the bodhisattvas reach out to cheer us on. It felt great.
It's not that we're not worried, but I would ask Sister Xiu and tell her that I think we won't have enough money. Then she would make some calls and gather her bodhisattvas to fund this effort. We all have a good time doing this, and it feels new each day. I really feel if you have the vow, really the universe makes it happen for you.
After making sure of the counts, these love-infused lunches are delivered hot to the police stations in New Taipei City.
The stereotype against vegetarian food has been broken thanks to this opportunity. We now have a deep knowledge of the cuisine.
After eating vegetarian food, the officers will definitely feel the difference in their body. For example, I gravitate towards more vegetables, which helps my health and metabolism.
During the pandemic, we have had the opportunity to feel the love from Tzu Chi in the way of their vegetarian lunches. Each of our officers who had a taste of it really has felt refreshed with the meal.
These days, Tzu Chi volunteers have gathered their love and strength to provide the best vegetarian lunch possible. When society and safety measures demand that we stay away from each other, it's gestures like this that have brought our hearts closer together.
To continue safeguarding the health of police officers, volunteers from Tucson District, New Taipei City, cooperated with a vegetarian restaurant to deliver vegetarian meals to police stations. They also sent Jingsi herbal tea for police officers to replenish their energy. At lunchtime, the vegetarian restaurant owner was busy packing lunch boxes. During the pandemic period, Taichung Tzu Chi volunteers promoted vegetarianism. It is expected to send out more than 4,000 lunch boxes to police officers.
I hope police officers can go vegetarian so we bear the same goal to complete this vegetarian promotion.
After we try these vegetarian meal boxes, I think it's pretty good. Actually, it will make us feel more refreshed because we stay up all night for a long time. In fact, going vegetarian will give us a fresher feeling. It's also good for our digestive system and stomach.
The meal boxes that Tzu Chi volunteers gave us taste delicious. We all like these meals very much.
The action of sending love to the police stations started on June the 23rd and will last until July the 12th. In addition to preparing lunch boxes, volunteers also made Jingsu herbal tea for police officers to replenish their energy.
Thank you, Tzu Chi sisters, for sending us delicious vegetarian meal boxes and anti-epidemic herbal tea, so that we can have a full stomach and enough strength to combat this battle.
During the epidemic prevention period, everyone is very tired. Although we have got the vaccine, it does not mean that immunity will be developed immediately. It will take about 20 days to produce antibodies. I'm afraid to get infected in these 20 days, so these lunch boxes and anti-epidemic herbal tea Tzu Chi volunteers gave us make us realize that in this society, there are still many people who care about the police.
Standing on the front line to fight against the pandemic, the police officers are fearless, and Tzu Chi volunteers will always be their most solid support. There are around 50,000 people diagnosed with COVID-19 in Taiwan. Many of them may be in need of surgery, which can increase the infection risk if performed in a general operating room. The Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital thought of this problem last year, so they set up a positive and negative pressure conversion operating room. Through vertical airflow and pressure difference in each area, contaminated air can be discharged to prevent infection.
A 70-year-old man from New Taipei City had a car accident and was sent to a hospital in Xinzhuang District. He was tested positive for COVID. As he suffered multiple rib fractures and bleeding, the hospital was unable to do anything for him due to his positive result and sought further assistance from the Health Bureau. And as soon as the word got around, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital voluntarily took over the treatment.
Even if he is really positive for COVID or not, it is still alive. Since our hospital has this ability, I asked the Health Bureau for help for referral, and he was admitted to our hospital.
推进来以后，我们必须再等那一个门关起来，这个才有办法开。
The positive and negative pressure operating room includes a positive pressure surgery room and 2 negative pressure anterior chambers. Before entering the operating room, you must pass through the anterior room. Doors are used to block each area because the pressure is different.
Compared with the overall operating room environment, the anterior room has a pressure of -10. The location of the operation in the operating room has pressure of +15. It passes through our very powerful ventilation system, so no matter if it is the air in the operating room or the dirty air outside the operating room will gather in the front room.
There is a ventilation system on the ceiling of the front room, and the dirty air is filtered and discharged. The air conditioner in the operating room can fully replace the air an average of 2.24 minutes, and the independent HEPA filter air conditioner is used. Clean air blows down from above the operating table, the special air supply. The method can also reduce the exposure of dirty air to the medical staff.
The hanging air conditioner blows down from above. The patient is lying in the middle bed, and the medical staff is next to the bed, so the airflow is covered by the curtain. The exhale air is drawn from the floor and divided into 4 corners of the room.
Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital delivered births to many COVID-confirmed mothers here. Doctors and nurses wear protective equipment, and the design of this special operating room greatly reduced the risks of infection so that the COVID patients can receive superior medical services in an emergency.
The third wave of the pandemic has hit Sri Lanka as local Tzu Chi volunteers continue monthly house-to-house aid distribution to needy families who cannot go out to work and have no income, ensuring them to receive love from all walks of life.
In the Tzu Chi office in Hanban Tota, volunteers are busy packing daily living supplies. The supplies are distributed once a month, which is even more precious during the pandemic.
In this movement, all the people cannot go anywhere, and we are going house by house to give that living material.
The pandemic in South Asia has not eased after April annual holiday. The third wave of the epidemic has not subsided in Sri Lanka. In order to avoid crowds, volunteers have been doing house-to-house distribution for several months to help the public.
Both my husband and I fell ill. After the pandemic, we had no income at all. Today, our rice container is completely empty. We are worried and don't know what to do. I didn't expect the volunteers to bring us food. I'm really grateful to the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Thank you very much for volunteers who send supplies every month. There are several children in our family waiting for food. Thank you for coming so they won't go hungry.
Volunteers set up chairs for collecting supplies, and after the aid recipient families have taken the things, they also put out filled bamboo coin banks so that the love can circulate to others.
The pandemic still continues in Taiwan, seriously affecting many families. Tzu Chi Liaison Office in Yunlin has placed more than 2,000 boxes of living supplies, combining with the fruits and vegetable boxes prepared by local Farmers Association. These boxes will be delivered to those in need, hoping that disadvantaged children can eat nutritiously and healthily during the summer vacation.
During the pandemic, the number of the people who pack materials must be limited. Therefore, it's divided into 7 working areas.
It's a very fortunate thing for everyone to be able to give during the pandemic.
Yunlin County Mayor Zhang Lisan also came to the scene and participated in the packaging process.
Because of this warmth, while the pandemic is severe, people can feel that the society is at peace and people are kind.
Delivering 2,132 living supplies is a big project.
It is dangerous for items to shift when we are moving, so it must be like this. We will wrap them in plastic wrap during transportation.
Entrepreneur Chen Jianxin brought his son and employees to help. He even brought the company's trucks and professional equipment to assist.
In fact, there are a lot of supplies. Basically, each pallet is more than 1 ton, and the items on the pallet can be lifted through our electric pallet truck.
All the living supplies were delivered to the warehouse of the local Farmers Association, and plus the fruits and vegetables prepared by the Farmers Association will be donated to disadvantaged families.
It's actually a risk to come out to buy groceries during this pandemic period.
Providing them with some nutrition and this supplement during the summer vacation in July and August.
During the summer vacation, it is still vital that people in need lead a healthy life.
At a coffee shop in Xinjiang District, New Taipei City, owner Cai Yifan discovered that as schools were closed during the pandemic, children from poor families could not eat nutritious lunches and some may even go hungry. So he initiated a Meal A plan. No matter who comes, as long as he needs it, just say, "I want Meal A," then the free meal will be given soon. His inspiration has touched many people as more than 70 stores joined him in this loving act.
Speak the password and her meal will be given immediately. A coffee shop in Xinjiang District, New Taipei City, initiated Meal Plan A. No matter who came, as long as you need it, free meals will be given.
Many phenomena in Taiwan are all appearances. Taiwan seems to be rich, but in fact, I think there are still many people in the grassroots who need help.
Cai Yifan, the owner of the cafe, have 2 children in the elementary school. He knows that for some poor families, the most luxury meal may be their school lunch. Now the school is completely closed, and the children cannot go hungry.
They can't go to school to eat this meal. Maybe they might eat a little bit worse at home, or maybe they even have nothing to eat. So from our point of view, we want to ask whether we can provide a meal, regardless of the size of the meal. At least this is a meal with a drink, which can fill them up.
Cai Yifan has worked as a car salesman before and has cultivated the sensitivity of seeing people. While doing good deeds, he also serves others, even if he is a victim of the pandemic.
Our turnover has been reduced by almost half. In fact, many of our fixed personnel expenses are the same. From my point of view, I think that although our business is not good due to the epidemic, all walks of life are also affected. We are not the only ones who are sad or having difficulty doing business.
Cai Yifan believes that people who came to get Meal A must be in difficulty. He never asked before giving meals. The hierarchical style has made many people like it.
It's not just unemployed, but no job available, so my 3 meals are not fixed. I feel very warm in my heart after being helped.
Cai Yifan learned to respect life under the influence of his mother, who is a nurse. At the age of 18, he received surgery because of the peritonitis. From then on, he realized that every day he lives is earned.
At that time, I was in a critical condition, and the doctor said to sign the critical illness notice. That moment, you will feel that life and many things are impermanent. I feel that when I still have the ability and time, I have to do something, and don't wait until I am not able to do it.
He posted a charity message on the internet, and at least 70 business owners responded. His good deeds were exposed, but he was labeled politically, which made him feel astonished.
I think it shouldn't be because the virus does not divide parties, and the virus does not infect, or not because of which party you are. In fact, at this time, we should actually be united and throw away personal prejudices.
Fortunately, Cai Yifan still regards doing business as making friends, and through the fragrance of coffee, the power of kindness gathered other shops to spread the energy of love during the severe pandemic.
As the pandemic continues, people are increasingly relying on food delivery and online shopping platforms, generating more garbage. In Thailand, the volunteers have promoted vegetarianism along with environmental consciousness in hopes to reduce the amount of garbage and carbon emission.
Since the COVID outbreak, the Thai government has adopted a series of prevention and control measures to curb the spread of the pandemic. It calls on all people to work at home as much as possible and reduce going out. This has temporarily led to an increase in online shopping and food delivery services. The epidemic has led an upsurge in food delivery and online shopping, but it has brought an invisible problem of environmental pollution. Whether it's plastic bags, disposable tableware, plastic straws, and PET bottles, the amount of garbage has soared. Medical masks and gloves are discarded and can easily be mixed with domestic waste, but they should be treated separately as hazardous waste.
Over the past 2 years, the amount of garbage has increased significantly. We originally pick up once a day, and now it's changed to twice a day. If it's a residential area, sorting plastic bottles and cans will help. But if it's a general community or street, there's no classification at all.
Although plastic waste has increased during the pandemic, everyone still needs to strengthen the concept of environmental protection.
We'll come to help sort out resources every month, sorting paper, plastic, etc. This makes me very happy because I can dedicate my little strength to help the earth.
Those in this Bangkok village are happy to provide recyclables from their homes to the local Tzu Chi recycling point. Volunteers can sort and sell them on the second Thursday of each month, turning garbage into gold and gold into love, helping more people in need.
Everyone has realized that it is everyone's responsibility to reduce the amount of garbage. We want to continue promoting the concept of extending products usage and sending recycling products to us.
It's good to be environmentally friendly, but cleaning nice at the source is best. Although it is recycled, in the end, if everyone uses less, it's better. Using less is the most fundamental way to reduce garbage. I hope we can all come together to do this because the earth belongs to everyone.
Cleanliness at the source, living a simple and good life are what Tzu Chi volunteers promote. They encourage reusing resources, reducing waste, and going vegetarian through environmentally friendly DIY courses. Vegetarian eating is not only good for health, but also helpful to the planet, as we can all reduce our carbon footprint.
Our vegetable garden has West Indian pear, eggplants, and so on. I'm very happy and honored to grow these organic vegetables. It is natural and non-toxic for everyone to enjoy. We should reduce eating meat, reduce carbon emissions, and take care of the earth together.
Environmental protection is everyone's responsibility. Environmental destruction, natural and man-made disasters all start from the desires of mankind. Environmental protection should start with controlling our own desire and being contented.
In the United Kingdom, Manchester Tzu Chi volunteers resumed selling of vegetarian zongzi after 1 year of suspension due to the severe pandemic. They have received more than 1,000 orders in total. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and see you next time.